Vande Mataram students, how are you all of you? I hope so that everybody is enjoying in the house by watching my videos. And I want to give one suggestion that keep on reading this whole lesson and keep watching my videos again and again and share with your friends. Okay, and also you can share it to your WhatsApp groups or also in Facebook also. So we are discussing the lesson that is crop production and management, and in that again the basic practices of crop production we are discussing, and some points in that out of 7 points we discussed 4 points, that is preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation. In the previous session we discussed about irrigation. What is irrigation? That is supply of water to the field is nothing but irrigation, but is supply of water in sufficient manner. Again in that we have two kinds of irrigation, that is a modern irrigation methods and traditional irrigation methods. We discussed how it was. Okay, now how it is, that what all we discussed. But now we are going to discuss the fifth point, that is protecting from weeds. So my question is that what do you mean by weed? That weed is nothing but, this is weed. Some of you know in Kannada that is meaning of this weed. Meaning of this weed is nothing but it is kale. Okay, kasa. Also you can say in Kannada it is kasa. Okay, yes. So weed, you know, that is unwanted things. So many unwanted things will be in the middle of the crop in the field. So that is nothing but a weed. So we need to remove it. That is what we need to discuss. So if you want to get a good quality of a crop, we must need to remove it. Okay, that's what we need to discuss here. Then what is weed? That is, we'll discuss in deep. So in a field, many other undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds. See that, you can see in this figure we have here, this is, we have here. Okay, what is that? So this one, can you see this? So this is a person, it is removing, nothing but it is a weed. That is undesirable, that is unwanted. We don't need that. Why we don't need that, we will discuss, that is in the next point. See, this is undesirable plants. Those are also plants, but undesirable, unwanted plants will grow naturally, means parallelly with the crop. If you are growing, that is a crop that like a wheat or maize or jowar, so parallelly this unwanted, undesirable plant also will naturally will grow with this crop. Okay, that is nothing but a weed. So we'll discuss that. I hope so that you're understanding this. We'll go for next slide. See this. That is, what do you mean by weeding? What is the process of weeding? That process is nothing but the removal of weeds is called weeding. That is a removal of weeds. We have to remove it, undesirable, unwanted plants it is. We can't use it. Those plants are not usable for us. That will not give a crop. So that's why we need to remove it. Why we need to remove it? We have an answer here. What is that answer? Weeding is necessary since weeds compete with crop plants for water, nutrients, space and light. Are you getting my point? See, weeds will compete with, parallelly they will compete with the crop. For example, if you are growing the crop like a wheat, that these unnecessary, that is these undesirable, unwanted plants will parallelly also need water, nutrients, space, light. So for example, see that parallelly these undesirable are also growing in the field with the wheat also, means those undesirable plants also need water for their growth. They will also prepare their own food. They will start sharing the all things like nutrients, water, space and light, means the crops will get insufficient of these basic things. these basic things, insufficient, not completely they will get, not completely they will get a nutrients. Space will be very less for them because they already, these naturally they are also growing parallel to these crops, those unwanted plants, and they will also get a light, means they will start absorbing a light, means it is insufficient light also will be on crop also. Then water, means water if you are supplying parallel to them, both of them, means those unwanted or undesirable plants also will absorb, means insufficient of water will also supply to the crop, means these all basic things are insufficiently the main, that is main crops they are not getting. So that's why we need to remove it from the field, because we are not getting any, that is not a crop, it is undesirable, unwanted plant it is. Okay, in Canada you can see, you have, that is you already saw in the field, that is like a congress. Okay, that is undesirable, that is an undesirable weed, it is a kind of, it is a one example it is. Okay, yes. So thus they affect the growth of the crop 100%, 200%, that will be affecting your crop definitely, because that is start sharing, means that is start absorbing whatever the crop need, much of nutrients, water, space and light. So these undesirable plants start absorbing water, nutrients and other things like space and light, means that is insufficient supply of all these to the crops, means there will be some effect on the crop, main crop. That's why we have to remove it. Tilling before sowing of crops helps in uprooting and killing of weeds, which may then dry up and get mixed with the soil. What we need to do them, we need to remove it. That's why before when we discussing, that is preparation of the soil, first point, that's why we discussed it, that is one point, that is a tilling is very important. Tilling, what do you mean by tilling? Tilling is nothing but a loosening of soil and turning of soil. When you loosen the soil, when you turn the soil, the unwanted, undesirable, the plants like congress, that's will be coming out, the roots will come out, easily you can remove it and you can be in the field. That is, you can be in the field, means they will dry up and they will mix with the soil, will be completed, that is converted as a manure or some other things. Got my point? So like that we need to root out it, means we need to kill them. Got my point? Yes. Yes. Weeds are also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. As we have insecticides, we have also used to remove these also. We have another method. We need to use chemicals. We have to spray chemicals on them. So mainly we are using this one. Which one? That is this one. You can see that 2,4, that is 2,4, that is D. It is a one type of a chemical which is used as a weedicides, means which will kill the weeds. So what is this D stands for? That D stands for, I will wait. This D stands for dichlorophenoxy. Dichlorophenoxy acetic acid. It is a acetic acid. Dichlorophenoxy acetic acid. 2,4-dichlorophenoxy acetic acid. It is a chemical name which we are using to remove the weeds from the field. We are spraying it on the weeds. Got my point? The 2,4-D it is. Not shortcut we are using. These are sprayed in the fields to kill the weeds. They do not damage the crops. Why? Because we are not completely using this chemical. If it is 100 ml or 200 ml chemicals, if you are bring it from that is from any shop, that is we are not completely we are using it 100%. Only 10 ml of that. If it is, you consider 100 ml bottle, if you have brought it from the shop, 100 ml we are using, and we are diluting with the help of a water it. We are mixing with the water. When we make it a dilute, then afterwards we will spray it on the weed, and that's why it will not harm for the crops. The weedicides are diluted with the water to the extent required and sprayed in the field with the sprayer. Sprayer, you have a machine, that is the tools we are using, that sprayers tools. With the help of that we are spraying it on the weed, and within 2 or 3 days all crops completely will be killed. That's why 2,4-D is it's a common chemical we are using to remove the weed by spraying it. Okay, yes. So we discussed it, that is a weeding. It is very important. Protecting the, that is protection from weeds, means we need to protect the crops from the weeds. That is the main. Next process will be harvesting. What do you mean by harvesting? Means we need to remove the completely matured crop. Now it is time to remove matured crop from the, that is field. That is nothing but a harvesting. That is, harvesting of a crop is an important task. This is a very important, means we discussed, that is how to produce it, what we need to produce it. Now it is completely the matured crop is there in the field. We need to take it in a proper manner. We need to store it. Next process will be storing. After taking it, we need to store it. Then we'll discuss what is harvesting. The cutting of crop after it is mature is called harvesting. Are you getting my point? Maturation, after maturation. So we need to cut it proper manner by using machines or by using a human resources. Whether which method you can use. If it is a very small land, means 1 acre of land, 2 acres of land, you can use a human resource like a 5 members or 10 members. Within 1 day, 2 days, you can harvest it, you can store it. So in harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. It is usually take 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. Are you getting my point? So from its completely to the root, we need to completely pulled out, cut close to the ground. Suppose consider as a wheat. In the morning session 3 to 4, in the completely that 3 to 4 a.m. that in that period, the people in the older days, they will go for the field and they will cut it. Means why they will cut before, that is in the morning session, it will be very easy to work also. And if it is when the sunlight, when the sun rises, that time sunlight it will get, and easily the small cereals will be start separating, and you can't store it properly. So that's why they will go for the morning session 3 to 4. That in that morning session 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. or up to 5 a.m. So usually you can, whenever some of your that is so many are from the that is rural background, and you can know that also. Okay, nowadays we are using the machines also for the harvesting purposes. That we can discuss again here. See, it is usually takes 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. See, mature means that what we discussed, that is kharif crops and rabi crops, that will take a 3 to 4 months what we discussed. What do you mean by kharif crops? The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crops. That is will be from the June to September, June, July, August, September, 4 months. If you get a one completely mature, that is a crop, you need to take at least wait for 3 to 4 months. Then only we'll get a mature crop. Then afterwards we can go for the harvesting. Okay, then harvesting. See here, one question will be arising in your mind. That is what the question here they have thrown. That what is that question is this question. This question she asked here. What is that question? See that question. After harvesting, sometimes stubs are left in the field which are burnt by farmers. Okay, what do you mean by stubs? Stubs means that could be that is remaining small plants which is not matured. Small plants which are not matured, which are not matured, not properly, you can't get any crop in that. That's why we named it as a stubs. Okay, so that could be left in the field. We can't we can't harvest it. So that will be remaining in the field. What we can do that, which are burnt by farmers. Afterwards, all that is remaining stubs will be burnt by farmers. Means when you burn that remaining stubs, means will not get a harmful, that is for the environment. Yes, 100%. Pahel, that is she asked the students, that is the name, that is Paheli. She worried. What she want to know, that she knows that it causes pollution. Yes, 100% it causes pollution. It may also catch fire and damage the crops lying in the field. Okay, so nearby your field, if it is another field, suppose if you have grown another crop there nearby, it will may causes also damage to the crops which catches fire also. So maybe so, but we at anyhow we need to burn it, because we need to again clean that field, again we need to go for another crop. So that could be the next process. So discuss next point, that is harvesting in our country is either done manually by sickle or by a machine called harvester. Are you getting my point? In our India, in country like India, we in the previous days, that is in the traditional method, we are using the sickle. Sickle is nothing but a kurpi, but it is a more than bigger than that kurpi. Okay, sickle, this meaning that sickle, we have a picture also, I will show that sickle. So little bit in Kannada we can say that is kudugolu. Kudugolu. So little bit it is bigger than the kurpi. Okay, so by using that kudugolu or sickle, that is we are in the traditional method, we are using the sickle to that is harvest, means we need to completely harvest the crop by using the sickle. Nowadays we are using machines, because see, in machines are there. Nowadays you are getting within 10 lakh you are getting the machines, and you can harvest. If your land is, if it is more than 5 acre or 10 acre, then you can use the machine also. In the harvested crop, the grains seeds need to be separated from the chaff. This process is called threshing. Okay, the point here is, what do you mean by this chaff? The chaff is nothing but hottu. In Kannada it is hottu. That is, for example, you have a machine that you are ready to that harvest it. After harvested, that is your matured crop, you are harvested, and you are nearby in the field, you brought one machine to separate the grains from the, that is complete the seeds from the complete the crop, that is from its crop. See, that process is called threshing, and from there, that is the machine, when you will insert that completely a crop, that is into the machine, that will be separated the grains also and chaff also, that you can saw already, and you know, some of you are from the rural background and you can see it also. Okay, this process is called threshing. Okay, threshing is nothing but to removing, that is a chaff, I mean separation of a chaff from the grains. Okay, yes. Harvesting, this is carried out with the help of, that is we discussed that which machines we are missing using the combine. The name of the machine is combine. This machine, why we named it as a combine, because it combinedly will do two works here. Two works, which is that in the state of Uttar Pradesh and Punjab, they completely are depending on the, that is this wheat only. Okay, so that's why, see, they have a land more than 10 acres in the hectare wise. So that's why they can't get a human resources, very short of human resources. They are using this completely the machines. They are depending on this combined machine. What it will do, as well as it will move into the field completely, it will harvest, that is harvest it will cut the crop, and as well as it will cut the crop directly, it will take into the machine, and it will start separating the chaff and seeds. This is how combinedly it will do. That's why they named it as a combined machine. It is a very means by using this machine you can save. What you can save? You can save time also. At the same time you can save the money also, because within a fraction of time you can complete this work. Within one day you can complete so many hectares. And also money means human resources. You can't getting the human resources also, we can usually by using this machine we can complete within one day we can complete it. We are saving the time also and money also. So farmers with the small holdings of the land do the separation of grains and chaff by winnowing. So meaning of winnowing, see, this winnowing is nothing but turuvudu. In Kannada, turuvudu. Okay, the meaning of that could be, it is nothing but turuvudu. Okay, yes. See, the farmers which are having very less than that the land, like a 1 acre 2 acres, so they can't go for this machine, because this machine, the cost of this machine nearly it is 20 to 25 lakhs. 20 to 25 lakhs. So the farmers with a low land, means like a 1 acre or 2 acres, they can't, that is, purchase this 20 to 25 lakhs cost of this machine. So that's why the farmers who have more than 20 acres, that a hectare wise, they can go for this machine, and easily they can save their time also and money also, and they can complete the work within a 1 day also. So that's why it is useful for the farmers who have more than 10 acres, 20 acres land. Okay, so farmers who have very, that is, less land, means 1 acre or 2 acres, they can go by this winnowing process, means turvudu, this winnowing process. Here directly can go within a, in the field also they can use, and all nearby their house, where there is storage they have nearby their house or in house, they can go for this winnowing also. That's winnowing, threshing, sieving, all these process you learnt in the 6th standard. Please recall that. And again, if you don't know that, that is winnowing, threshing and the sieving, these all, just go for the 6th standard book. Again, you can just, once you read it, that lesson, and you can come back to this. Okay, yes. What is the next process? Last process, that is when we started this lesson, that time only discussed, that is what is production and what is management. That is the last point. This is the management, the storage, very important. We need to manage this. That is the management. How will manage? Very important. You all did. You prepared the soil, you sowed, you added many manure, fertilizer, supplied water, and you are protected your crop from the weeds, and you are harvested, means you cut the, that is, crop, matured crop, and where you will store? You will store. You must need some place for that. So that's why it is very important. Then how will you protect them? How will you protect that crop? That is very important. See, that what need to discuss here. Storage of produce is an important task. It is very important task. Last process. Okay. If the crop grains are to be kept for longer time, they should be safe from moisture, insects, rats, and microorganisms. So if you need to be, that is, for longer time, if you want to keep for the safe purposes, means for the longer time. So for example, if you are getting the more than, this is in a quintal manner, if you're getting 100 quintals of a wheat, suppose, so where if you want to keep that for longer time, you are not getting a sufficient rate for that, then you will keep for the 1 year. Then after 1 year, when there will be a high cost for 1 quintal, then in that time you can go for the selling. So for up to that, you can need to save, no, safely you can keep, no. So where you will keep that? So for the long, that is, for you need to some place for that also, and at the same time, as well as you need for longer time duration, it will need, no. For that, up to that, the 100, that is quintals of that is wheat, where you will keep that? For the, you need one, that is, place. For that purpose, storage is very important. How will you keep? So in that, in middle there will be, if it is a crops, that is a seeds, if it is a moisture, then it will be attacked by microorganisms, and rats will suffer you lot, and insects, microorganisms, these all will suffer you lot. Then again you will damage, they all will damage your crops. That is nothing but a seeds. Okay, so that's why we need to protect them very carefully for longer time. So how will you protect? Yes, come back here. The fresh crops has more moisture. When you will get after harvesting, the crops, that is a very moisture. Initially the crops are very moisture, means the seeds contain some moisture, means water in it. If freshly harvested grains or seeds are stored without drying, they may get spoiled or attacked by organisms and losing their germination capacity. This is very important. If the fresh crop, if the fresh seeds, if it is after harvesting, if you stored them without drying it, then definitely they will go for a damage. That is, spoil is nothing but a damage, and they will be attacked by microorganisms. Then they will lose their capacity, that is germination capacity, means they will lose its that is germination capacity, means quality. You can't able to, by using that seed again, you can't get another crop. When you will sow into the seed, you can't get, quality will be not there. Then that is nothing but it will not germinate. Germination you understood in the 5th standard, that is in 6th standard also. Okay, so that's why we need to take care of those seeds. Very important it is, means we need to dry all those seeds in the sunlight. That is very important. Then after only you can store it. We'll discuss the next point. Farmers store grains in jute bags or in metallic bins. That jute bags you already know, that is jute bags. These all are the jute bags, and here metallic bins are there with it. So metallic bins usually in our side in North Karnataka we can't see that. In the cases like Punjab and North, that is in Uttar Pradesh, they will grow the crops in a much in bigger manner. So that's why they will go for this metallic bins. In our, that is state in North Karnataka, will go for the jute bags only. And this sanabina chila, sanabina ಚೀಲಗಳು. Okay, sanabina ಚೀಲಗಳು. That is very important. See, we are using the jute bags. However, large scale storage of grains is done in silos and granaries to protect them from pests like rats and insects. See, here one word is there. That word, meaning of that word, silos. What do you mean by silos? Silos is nothing but hage. Got my point? Hage. So in Kannada, hage we can say, that is in the ground level only we'll make some holes to store them. We'll protect the seeds from the rats, microorganisms. Are you getting my point? From insects also. So we'll store under the ground. We'll make some bigger hole in that. Okay, by using the, that is here one important point, then neem leaves. We are using the neem leaves, we'll insert in the jute bags with the crops, that is the seeds, and we'll mix with them and will completely insert those jute bags into that silos, and will be kept it for the 1 year, 2 years, or so many years. That is how in the traditional days our farmers will come up with these silos. Nowadays we are come up with the, that is godowns. Here we have, what is the meaning godown? Godown, you know, that is the place where we can store the grains in a well-in manner, but in a bigger manner. We can store it in a well manner and bigger manner. Godowns, you know very well. You can see in Sankeshwar also, in nearby your areas also. Okay, godowns. See, for storing large quantities of grains in big godowns, specific chemicals treatments are required to protect them from pests and microorganisms. Some that is chemicals also they will use, some powders they will use. Okay, and you know that is in our house also. Your mother, you know that is your mother, if you she brought, if it is from the suppose if you are brought wheat from the shop, then in a, for example, a quintal, like in quintal manner, then what you will do, you will dry it up in the sunlight, and you will again store it in a, that is what we discussed, metallic bins, small metallic bins. Whenever you are inserting in the metallic bins, you will just little bit a small powder that could be inserted into that. Otherwise she will start inserting a neem leaves. Okay, neem is nothing but it is a ಬೇವಿನ ಗಿಡ. It is ಬೇವಿನ ಗಿಡ. That will be not, that neem leaves are that is completely opposing the, that is small microorganisms. Completely it will kill. Okay, that quality, that quality that neem leaves they have. Okay, the question is also asked on this one, that you can get the answer of. Okay, we will discuss the next point, that is activities I have given here. Make the following table in your notebook and complete it. This table is given in your textbook. You can go through this and you can fill it, which may be asked in the examination also. Okay, activities are very important. So this, see that, make the following table in your notebook and complete it. What is that? See, milk, you are getting it, that is a milk is a food, you are getting it from various sources. You are getting the milk from the cow, buffalo, she goat, she camel, and other things. So like that you can get the more than this one milk. So like that you can get another food and sources also. By using the this many other foods and sources, you can complete it, this table. This activity is given for homework for you, all of you can complete it. Okay, then after completing this table, what you can do, you must have seen that like plants, animals also provide us with different kinds of food. Will you agree with me? 100%. See, for example, not only milk, so you are getting a meat also. Okay, you are getting a meat also. You are getting meat from the animals, no? Okay, you are getting meat from the animals means that is also kind of a food, and you can place here that meat also. Then meat, from which sources you are getting? You can getting the meat from the that is buffalo, okay, from the goat, Okay, from the camel also you are using, from the fig you are getting a meat. So many sources are there. Like that you can fill this table. So here you can understand here by this activity that not only plants will give the, that is food for us, also animals will also give food for us. Where you are getting a milk? From the animals only? No, plants will not give the milk. Okay, plants will not give the milk. That is a food. The milk is acting as a food here, and we are getting it from the animal. Meat is also we are getting from the animals. The many people living in the coastal areas consume fish as a major part of their diet. You can see that from the coastal areas like Bhatkal, Udupi, Karwar, in Mangalore, in that area, those all people will living on the bank of the seas, and they are completely depending on the dish, that is a fish. So why they will eat? Because they are getting much source of this fish, so many kinds of fish, and that is good for the health also, will maintain your body. Got my point? You can't get any cough and any fever, any kinds of diseases. So that's why people will go for the diet purpose also. When you will eat fish, your body will be completely fit and fine. Okay, yes. So we'll discuss, that is animal husbandry. That is, my question is that fish is good for health. That is, we discussed it. And we get cod liver oil from fish, which is rich in vitamin D. And will you remember another point here? Vitamin D, where we are getting it? From any other source we are getting the vitamin D? So many foods are there, but also we are getting the vitamin D from sunlight. Where we are getting? From the sunlight. Okay, yes. That's why the foreigners will come for the Goa, and they will sleep on the bank of the river to get vitamin D. Okay, they will have the bath after an hour and hour oftenly, and they will sleep on the bank of the sea, and they will get the much amount of vitamin D. That is a vitamin D. So if you want to get that, we can go for fish also. Fish also we are getting vitamin D, which is very important for our bones. The vitamin D is very important for our bones, to proper growth of the bones. We need this cod liver oil. That is very important. That is, you heard, that is by eating fish the brain will become very intelligent. That is 10% or 20%. It is true. That is, we need liver, that is cod liver oil from the fish. Then animals reared at home or in the farms have to be provided with the proper food, shelter and care. When this is done on large scale, it is called a animal husbandry. Prani sakanike, in Kannada we can say that is a prani sakanike. See, the animal husbandry, for example, if you are having a, that is you are protecting, that is what that means, you are taking care of any dog in your house, one dog, that could not be a animal husbandry. So should be in a large manner. Okay, that is you know, that is a shepherd. That what he will do, he will take care of the so many goats, so many, that is lambs, sheep, all that will, he will take care of those. No, means in a large manner, not in a single sheep, not in a single lamb, not in a single goat. Means in a large manner we need to take care of that. Then only we can call that as animal husbandry. Okay, why we're discussing? Because this one is related to the this point, that is backside. They see this point, very important. Not only we are getting the food from plants, also we are getting it from the animal. This is a very important point. That's why they discuss it here. That's why this animal husbandry we are doing. Some people, they're commercially also they are using to make a profit out of this one. Also the shepherd people were come up with so many goats, so many sheep, so many lambs also they are come up with. Got my point? Also the fisheries is also going on. Fisheries means so many fishes you need to take care, then afterwards you can sell it. Okay, so this is a rabbit also. Nowadays your rabbit is going on, and also you can see that is a nearby your field. That is so you can see that nearby means nearby Gokak area, that one farmer they have come up with this animal husbandry, and he is making profit out of this. So this is also, you can do one commercial, we can make your life also by using this in upcoming days. This is what how to live. Okay, see, these are the keywords in your textbook they have given. You can write in the starting page that what 7th standard what you did. In the same you can go through these keywords, and I already informed you, start writing the whole, that is classwork, nothing but a fair book. All question answers you will getting from the NCERT solutions. You can download that app and you will get all question answers. So any questions you can come back to me. Okay, you can, if any questions you can't get, if you can't understood anything, you can come back to me with my personal number. Okay, so again I'm that is informing you that keep on watching my videos again and again. You can go through my videos, you can click on the button that is a link, or you can go through my YouTube. You will open a YouTube, that is app. In that you can search with the RSK Competitive World. You will get all my videos related this one. You can, any video you can get it. Suppose if you, when I when I shared this YouTube, that is link to your my group, that is 7th the 8th table, 8th active or 8th amazing. If it is suppose in case any case if you missed it, then directly you can go to my YouTube channel. That is YouTube channel name is RSK Competitive World. If you type it in that YouTube that is YouTube, then you will go for my YouTube channel and you can watch any videos, any kind of, that is 8th related to the 8th or 7th. If you need 7th, means if it is related, for example preparation, that is crop production and management, if it is there related to this one, you can go through that, you can read it, no problem. Okay, but until and unless you can get a knowledge completely, you can understand this. Okay, you can go through all my videos, watch it again, share into the Facebook and share to your WhatsApp groups. Okay, that could be helpful for me in the future, and also I will come back with the good quality of videos. Thank you.